6 sleep habits that could be silently harming your heart. Opening. Hook, is your sleep quietly killing your heart? Every night, millions of people go to bed thinking they're giving their body the rest it needs. But what if your sleep habits are actually damaging your heart without you even knowing it? The truth is, how you sleep matters just as much as how long you sleep. And certain bedtime habits can put dangerous strain on your heart as you age. In this video, we'll uncover 6 common sleep mistakes that could be silently wearing down your heart health. These aren't just minor issues. They're habits that force your heart to work overtime exactly when it should be resting. From your sleeping position to what you eat before bed, each of these habits affects your heart rhythm, blood pressure, and breathing while you sleep. If you've been feeling tired during the day, waking up not feeling rested, or wondering why your heart seems to be working too hard, this video is especially for you. Sometimes the answer isn't what you're doing during the day, but what's happening at night while you sleep. Stay with me to the end. I'll explain not just the problems, but also the simple changes you can make tonight to protect your heart for years to come. Let's get started. Habit number 1, sleeping with your head too high. Many people like sleeping on their backs. Sometimes this is good for keeping your spine straight, but when your head is lifted too high with several pillows or a thick wedge, it can secretly harm your heart over time. When your head is lifted at a steep angle, it slightly squeezes your neck and upper chest. This makes it harder for air to flow freely through your windpipe while you sleep. When your body gets less oxygen, your heart has to work harder to make up for it. This leads to a faster heart rate and higher blood pressure during the night. 2 things that are especially bad if you already have heart problems. What makes this habit tricky to spot is how comfortable it can feel at first. People often raise their heads to help with heartburn, stuffy nose, or just out of habit. It might help your digestion in the short term, but it puts your body in an unnatural position for breathing. Over time, this wears down your heart's ability to rest properly at night. There's also the issue of blood flow. When your head and neck bend forward even slightly, it can change how blood moves between your brain and heart. For a young, healthy person with strong blood vessels, this isn't a big deal. But as we age and those vessels get stiffer, even a small change in position can cause bigger problems. Take Harold, who's 74. He always used 2 or 3 pillows at night to ease shoulder pain. But over the past year, he started waking up with a racing heart and dry mouth. His doctor suggested trying a flatter pillow with better neck support. Within a few weeks, his nighttime heart rate had returned to normal, and his sleep felt more restful. What seemed like a small change made a big difference. Your body wants to rest at night, not struggle for breath. Your heart, especially after age 60, needs those hours to slow down, not speed up. So if you sleep on your back, check your pillow height. Usually 1 supportive pillow is all you need. One that keeps your head in line with your spine and lets you breathe easily. If you snore or wake up tired, try tracking your sleep position. It might not seem like much, but fixing your head angle could ease the burden on your heart and help you recover better each night. Habit number 2, going to bed right after a heavy dinner. For many older adults, dinner is the main meal of the day. It's when you slow down, sit with family, and enjoy a proper meal. But if you head to bed too soon after that big meal, you could be putting hidden stress on your heart. When you eat a heavy dinner and then lie down shortly after, your body has to digest food in a position it wasn't designed for. Gravity no longer helps your stomach empty smoothly. Instead, your digestive system has to work harder while you're resting, which means your heart does too. Blood is sent to your stomach and intestines, keeping your body in a more active state exactly when it should be winding down. Digestion naturally makes your heart beat faster. After a large meal, your body's alert system kicks in. That's the part that powers up your organs, including your heart. So when you go to sleep right after eating, your heart stays slightly elevated for hours. You might not feel it, but your body does. There's also the problem of acid reflux. When you lie down too soon after a large or fatty meal, stomach acid can more easily flow up into your food pipe. This causes discomfort, coughing, and even interrupted breathing during sleep. While this might just seem annoying, anything that disrupts your breathing or oxygen levels at night forces your heart to work harder than it should. Let me tell you about George, who's 78. He loved eating a big plate of pasta around 8 p.m. every night, then would head straight to bed. Over time, he began waking up with a pounding heart, feeling sweaty and confused. At first, he thought it was bad dreams, but after wearing a heart monitor during sleep, his doctor linked it to nighttime digestion and mild reflex-triggering stress responses while he slept. Simply moving dinner 2 hours earlier and taking short walks afterward helped settle his system and brought his heart rate back to normal during the night. Timing matters. Try to give your body at least 2 to 3 hours between your last meal and bedtime. This gives your system enough time to begin digestion while you're still upright, letting your body enter sleep mode without extra work. If you tend to get hungry at night, eat lighter dinners. Think soups, steamed vegetables, and lean proteins. Heavy, greasy, or salty meals late in the day take longer to digest and can raise your heart rate exactly when it should be going down. Your body does its best healing during sleep, but it can't properly digest and restore itself at the same time. By giving your heart the quiet, restful night it deserves, you're giving yourself a much better chance at waking up healthier and with less strain on the organ that keeps you going. Habit number 3, ignoring sleep apnea. One of the most harmful things for your heart during sleep is something many people don't even know. They have sleep apnea. If you're over 60 and waking up multiple times at night, gasping, snorting, or feeling short of breath, you might have this condition without realizing it. Sleep apnea happens when your airway becomes partly or fully blocked during sleep. When this happens, your body briefly stops breathing. Your brain quickly wakes you up, sometimes just for a second, to get you breathing again. Then you fall back asleep. This can happen dozens or even hundreds of times each night without you fully noticing. But your heart notices every time. Each pause in breathing lowers oxygen levels in your blood. Your body responds by turning on its stress system, raising blood pressure, and making your heart work harder. Over time, this repeated stress damages your heart. It can lead to irregular heartbeats, high blood pressure, thickened heart walls, and a higher risk of stroke or heart failure. What makes sleep apnea even more dangerous is that many people think their poor sleep is just part of getting older. They blame stress or say they're just light sleepers. But if you snore loudly, wake up gasping, or feel exhausted during the day even after a full night in bed, these are warning signs that shouldn't be ignored. Let me share a story about Linda, age 76. She had been feeling tired for years and thought it was just part of aging. But her daughter noticed she would fall asleep during conversations and snore loudly at night. After a simple sleep study, she was diagnosed with moderate sleep apnea. Once she began treatment with a CPAP machine, a small device that keeps the airway open, her daytime energy returned and her blood pressure dropped by almost 20 points within weeks. Sleep apnea isn't always obvious. It's not always loud gasps or big awakenings. Sometimes it's just waking up more than you used to, tossing and turning, or getting up to use the bathroom several times a night. But behind the scenes, your heart is working overtime through every drop in oxygen. The heart needs deep, consistent rest to repair itself from the work it does during the day. But when sleep is constantly interrupted, even if you don't fully wake up, your heart never gets the downtime it needs. The good news is that sleep apnea is treatable, and in many cases, it can be caught early through a simple overnight test at home. If you're waking often at night, especially with a dry mouth, headaches, or racing heartbeat, don't just accept it. Talk to your doctor. Getting proper treatment doesn't just improve your sleep. It can protect your heart and help you live longer. Habit number 4, using alcohol to fall asleep. Many people over 60 enjoy a glass of wine or a nightcap before bed. It feels relaxing and comforting. For some, it seems to help them fall asleep faster. But what most people don't realize is that alcohol, especially in the evening, can quietly disrupt your heart's ability to rest, putting long-term strain on your heart. Here's what happens. While alcohol might make you feel drowsy at first, it actually interferes with the second half of your sleep. As your body processes the alcohol, your sleep becomes lighter, more broken, and less refreshing. This is when your heart should be slowing down and recovering, but instead, it ends up working harder. Alcohol also raises your heart rate throughout the night. It reduces deep sleep and dream cycles, the exact stages where your heart rate naturally lowers and your body enters healing mode. When those stages are disrupted, your blood pressure stays high, your nervous system remains on edge, and your heart never fully powers down. I once spoke with Calvin, age 72, who started having heart flutters at night. He'd have a drink or two to help him fall asleep, thinking it was harmless. But his overnight heart monitor told a different story. His pulse would spike between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., exactly when his body should have been resting most deeply. After cutting back on alcohol, not only did the heart flutter stop, but he said he felt clearer and less anxious during the day. Alcohol also affects your body temperature, hydration, and breathing. It can cause night sweats, disrupt your body's internal clock, and make sleep apnea worse. All of that creates extra work for your heart at the exact time it should be recovering. This doesn't mean you can never have a drink, but using alcohol regularly as a sleep aid is where the danger grows. It may help you doze off, but it steals the deep healing sleep your heart needs. If you find it hard to fall asleep at night, there are better ways to help yourself rest. Ways that don't secretly harm your heart. Try a warm shower, light stretching, gentle breathing exercises, or a regular bedtime routine. These won't just help you fall asleep, they'll help you stay asleep, which is what your heart truly needs. The real goal isn't just falling asleep, it's staying in deep, healing sleep long enough for your body to repair itself. When alcohol gets in the way of that, your heart pays the price, even if you don't feel it right away. Habit number 5, sleeping in a very warm room. There's something cozy about a warm bedroom, especially on cold nights. But as we age, sleeping in a room that's too warm can quietly increase strain on our heart. What feels soothing at first can actually disturb your internal systems throughout the night. And most people don't realize it's happening. During sleep, your body temperature naturally drops. This drop helps signal to your brain that it's time to rest. It allows your metabolism to slow down, your muscles to relax, and your heart rate to decrease. But when your room is too warm, from heaters, too many blankets, or closed windows, that cooling process gets interrupted. Your body has to work harder to get rid of heat, which keeps your heart slightly more active than it should be. That small, continuous effort to regulate your temperature can raise your heart rate and blood pressure during the night. This prevents your heart from entering true rest mode. You might not wake up sweating, but your sleep will be lighter, less restorative, and harder on your heart. There's also the issue of dry air. Warm rooms, especially in winter when heaters are running, tend to dry out the air. This leads to dry nasal passages, mouth breathing, and even mild dehydration, all of which can increase nighttime heart rate and reduce oxygen flow. For older adults, even mild dehydration can affect blood thickness and circulation, quietly putting strain on the heart. Susan, age 81, always kept her bedroom around 75 or she bundled up in heavy pajamas and multiple blankets, thinking she was staying comfortable. But she often woke up groggy with headaches and a slight feeling of pressure in her chest. Her doctor suggested lowering the thermostat to 65 degrees and switching to a lighter blanket. Within a week, her sleep became deeper, and she said she felt 5 years younger in the mornings. The ideal sleeping temperature for most adults is between 60–67 degrees. Cooler air helps your body transition into sleep more easily and stay in deeper sleep cycles longer. For your heart, it means less overnight work and more true recovery. If you've been keeping your room warm to stay cozy, try lowering the temperature a bit. Open a window for airflow. Use layers you can remove instead of piling on heat. Your heart, breathing, and brain will all benefit from that slight drop in nighttime temperature. Habit number 6, having irregular sleep and wake times. As we get older, our bodies thrive on routine. One of the most important routines is our sleep-wake cycle. If you go to bed at different times each night, wake at inconsistent hours, or constantly shift your sleep schedule, you may be quietly damaging your heart, even if you're still getting enough total hours of sleep. Your body follows a 24-hour internal clock called the circadian rhythm. This rhythm controls everything, from your hormone levels and blood pressure to your body temperature and heart rate. When your sleep patterns are consistent, your body knows what to expect. It prepares for sleep and for waking in smooth, predictable waves. But when you constantly change your bedtime or wake-up time, those waves become choppy and your body gets confused. That confusion creates stress inside your body. Stress hormones rise at the wrong times. Your heart rate stays high when it should be slowing down, and your blood pressure follows irregular patterns, putting more strain on your heart than you might think. It's not just about how much sleep you get, but when you get it. People who go to bed late some nights and early others, or who sleep in late one day and get up early the next, are more likely to develop heart disease, high blood pressure, and metabolic issues, even if their total sleep hours seem normal. Walter, age 80, was retired and enjoying his freedom. He'd stay up late watching baseball games one night, then go to bed early the next. Sometimes he'd sleep until 10 a.m. Other times he was up by 6 a.m. He never felt fully rested, and his heart palpitations were becoming more frequent. His doctor suggested he stick to a consistent bedtime and wake up time within the same 1 hour window every day. Within 2 weeks, his energy improved. His palpitations decreased and his heart monitor showed better nighttime heart patterns. Your heart depends on predictability. It wants to know when the day begins and when it ends. When you offer that consistency, your body rewards you with better sleep, steadier energy, and stronger heart health. Even just a 30-minute difference in bedtime can affect your rhythm. If you've been treating sleep as something to fit in when convenient, it might be time to treat it as something to protect. Set a gentle bedtime routine. Wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body, especially your heart, will adapt to that rhythm faster than you think. When sleep becomes a steady part of your life, not just a leftover part of your schedule, your heart gets to rest on a reliable schedule too. That kind of regular rest is one of the best gifts you can give yourself at any age. Final thoughts. Now that we've gone through all 6 habits, how many have slipped into your routine without you noticing? Maybe 1 or 2 stood out right away. Maybe you thought, I've been doing that for years. Here's the good news. These habits can be changed. Even small adjustments in how you sleep can make a real difference in how your heart feels and works, especially as you get older. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. Sleep isn't just a time of rest. It's when your heart heals, your brain resets, and your entire body recharges for the day ahead. If that process is interrupted night after night by poor posture, heavy meals, alcohol, heat, inconsistent schedules, or hidden breathing problems, your heart pays the price over time. Better sleep isn't out of reach. You don't need expensive gadgets or perfect silence or brand new routines. You just need to notice. Notice when your body feels tired. Notice when you wake up more often. Notice how your heart feels in the morning. These little clues can guide you toward habits that support not just better sleep, but better health. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. Your heart doesn't just work hard during the day, it works through the night too. By creating a sleep environment and schedule that supports real rest, you give your heart the chance to recover, strengthen, and stay healthy for years to come. Thank you for watching today. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content that matters to you. See you in the next video.